Welcome back, guys. My name is Kevin, your advisor or your assistant in getting all the network connectivity needs that you happen to require for your small and medium deployments in terms of all the copper or fiber connectivities that you need. Today, what I'm going to do is to give you a thorough introduction on how to get a modular jacks terminations to be done onto a cable. Traditionally, you will realize that people will just lay cables and get this RJ45 modular plug to be terminated onto the solid cable, right? And this is the most common practice for people who does that for the purpose of having the copper cable connections to be extended from one end to another. However, I would like to tell you some of the untold information in the general space out there. First of all, why do we call this a solid cable? That's because the cable that you purchase out there at 305 meters per box kind of basis, right, are actually having a solid kind of construction for every single wire inside. So if you try to think about it, the modular plug is having 8 pins on the plug itself, and the mechanism is basically to have the pins to be cutted into the copper wire. And when you are using a copper wire to get this termination done, you will tend to have the pin to be cutted along the way onto this solid wire, and you can rest assured that the pin will not get into the middle of the solid wire, but it will get slanted onto the left or right of this particular copper wire. And along the way, while you're using the copper terminated these cables, and perhaps you call it attached cords eventually, and you will tend to face one serious issue if you happen to do frequent move head changes while you have the RJ45 cords. These are plugs to be terminated onto the cable. And let me just do a short experiment to you. You will tend to see the copper wire will just breaks off. How easy it is. I will just make a few twists and turns, just like what you are doing onto your solid cable. And that's why solid cable is meant to be laying into the ceilings or into those cable routing that it's intended for this particular purpose. So if you were to get this cable to be extended from one end to another, the proper recommendation is to get a modular jack to be terminated onto the cable. So how do we do a proper modular jack terminations onto a cable? That's because a lot of people did commented to me that, hey, it's very hard for me to get this modular jack to be done. You need special skills and you need special tools in order to get things done. Is that right? Is that true? Could be true to a certain extent. But if you happen to look into the few tools and products that we have over here, you will change your mind. And let me just show you how to get this thing done. First of all, basically you have a wire stripper, a screwdriver, okay, and this screwdriver is a flat type, and it's not necessarily that you get a professional type. You can probably just get a test pen and it will do the job as well. Then this is a wire cutter. You can get it anywhere in the market. Then this is the unique termination tool that you can get it for free from us if you happen to purchase our modular jack over here. So once I've got these 1, 2, 3, 4 types of tools, which are all the common available tools in the market that you can get, we are ready to start for a terminations. And you can just see how fast I'm able to get one modular jack termination to be done. First of all, I'm going to strip off this wire, and it's the distance like somewhere around an inch or so. And this is what we call the ripcord. What is this ripcord for? This ripcord is meant for you to strip off the whole entire jacket in a fast manner, but we are not going to do that. That's because we don't want to strip off the whole entire length of wire jackets over here, and that's why we will just cut it away. Then the next thing we will do is to remove the separator, the cross filler in the cable, in order for us to get ready for a wire terminations. Next, this modular jack consists of the jack and the cap. What we will do is we will insert the cable, the 4 pairs of wire by following the color coding on the cap of this modular jack. And what you can expect is type A and B, as you can see onto this cap. And let me just share with you, in Singapore, what we'll be doing is we will follow the type B. So type B will be orange, blue, green, and brown in a sequential manner without doing any untwist on the wire yet. So once you have get this thing done, like this, alright. So once this is done, you can just untwist the wire. And to follow the color coding by type B, as you can see here. Now, when you look at the orange side, cover the type A and you will see orange, white, and orange color on top. Am I right? So what does that mean? You can just imagine that the orange white is facing towards you and the orange is facing outer side of you. That means we call it near end and far end, with me and away from me. So follow the same way and same method to get the brown color done. And the next thing that you will do is to get the remaining blue and green colors to be completed. You may be curious, Kevin, why you need to do the orange and the brown first, but not the orange and green then blue in a sequential manner? Very simple. That's because you want to get the orange and the brown to be kept in the position so that you won't be having all the little movement between the wire and the cap for both left hand and right hand side. Alright, so once you get all the wiring done by following the color coding, which is the B type, you can get the remaining wire to be cut off. Once this thing is done, it's ready for you to get insertion of the cable of the cap into the modular jack. This black color too, give it to you for free while you are buying this modular jack. It's meant for you to do a termination process by hearing a click sound. When you hear a click sound, the termination is done. So once this is done, you can expect a faceplate or a patch panel for you to just plug in this modular jack into it. And the whole termination process is done. So now, next thing I would like to share with you guys is, can you imagine how good is the termination over here, which you try to pull it away from the jack. Let me guarantee you, once termination is done into the modular jack, you won't expect the wire to come out from the modular jack anymore. And this is the quality that we can expect from this particular modular jack that we provide from you from PANDUIT. Now, if you think of getting the color to be changed, this is one color, and if I were to want to change it over to another color, pretty simple. You can do is just to take out your test pen and remove the cap from the modular jack. And the beautiful part is here. Try to look at the terminations. All the terminations are still down there, are still around. you can still expect all the wiring are still intact in the CAD itself. So the next thing that you can do is look for a different color modular jack and insert it back with a termination tool. Redo the whole process. That here it clicks on termination done, and you can expect the same strength onto this termination. So the whole process, as what I can encounter for, it could be a minute or 1 minute and 30 seconds the most for you to get this whole termination done. So this is how easy you can get a termination done onto a modular jacks with Cat6 cable. And in fact, between Cat5e, Cat6 and Cat6a, the whole process is pretty much the same, and this is the modular jack at Cat6 quality that I'm doing this demo today to you. If you're interested to look at Cat6a or Cat5e kind of terminations, which you expect a 100 megabits per second, gigabit and 10 gigabit performance for the different types of cable quality that you have, you can always leave a comment in the comment sections. And what I'll be doing is to prepare the next video on demo how you can get a Cat6a and or Cat5e terminations to be done. Thank you very much for your view today, and have a nice day.